and welcome to Around the Metaverse, our weekly show. We bring together some of the best content creators from the Web3 community, talk about all the recent news, and give you guys everything you need to know to stay up to date. My name's Adam. I'll be your host today, but more importantly, we've got an amazing group of guests for you as always. First and foremost, we've got CryptoStache in the house. How's it going, Stash? Good to have you here on this Monday.
It's Spider Stash to you now, sir.
Spider Stash?
He doesn't even know. I got. It's like right here. I got bit in the face or in the head, and then back here in the back of my head, like 3 times by a spider over the
Oh my
weekend.
God.
That's
Is
rough.
that
I saw that.
it's coming soon to a theater near you? Spider Stash, and he's gonna have powers
I
here
don't know.
pretty soon, climbing up the walls and things like that.
Yep,
No.
Gary.
But we got a great group of guests for you guys and a great show today. Some returning faces for the show. We got Dub, our friend, content creator and community manager with Soulbound. Dub, happy to have you back. How's it going tonight?
Oh, it's doing good. Still riding the high of 3XP. Stash, it was good to see you in person. Yeah, I mean, interesting times, and it's wild. So glad to be here.
hmm hmm Yeah, man, I'm sad I couldn't make it to the conference, but actually he just put a spider emoji in chat. Shout out Agent Drew and Ryder, who hooked some of us up with a little care package from the conference, which was
Extracted
awesome,
with
man.
some
Yeah,
merch.
I I appreciate that very much. So shout out Drew and Ryder, man. But we also next up in the house tonight we got Travis making another appearance here on the show, former content lead for Xborg and co-founder of Generation Axie. How's it going, my friend? Happy to have you back.
Doing great, doing great. Happy to be back. Love these well, it's late night for me, but I love ending off a day on the show. Happy to cover the topics, all things, web3 gaming. You know what we love to do out here. So, thanks for
He-
having me.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you for hanging out with us. I know it's a little late over there. It's Switzerland, you said, right?
Yes,
Hell yeah,
sir.
man. Well, yeah, thanks for hanging out with us so late. And then last but certainly not least, we got making his second appearance here on Around the Metaverse, No ACLs, YGG
Howdy, howdy.
ambassador and Waypoint gaming creator. How's it going, No ACLs?
Hey, everything's going great, man. Happy to be here. Excited to, chat it up about all things gaming once again. It's always a good
Awesome,
time.
man. Awesome. Well, yeah, thank you for coming back on. And we got a pretty exciting show for you guys watching here tonight. Before we dive into things, thank you guys for coming to watch. Do us a favor and go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. That helps us spread the love around the Web3 community here on YouTube and get the message out about what we're going to be talking about here tonight, which is some interesting news that semi recently broke here, talking about a Nike and Fortnite collaboration that's coming tomorrow, and speculating a little bit on that and what might be coming down the road even further than that with Nike and their the app that's a part of this collaboration, Dot Swoosh, their digital asset sort of style. I mean, it looks like it's going to be geared primarily towards digital assets. There's not really mention of NFTs yet. We're going to talk about it. We're also going to be mentioning the new kick deal. So if you haven't been paying attention, a deal to rival literally those being made in professional sports right now is just made for a content creator on one of the newest streaming platforms in the space right now, Kick. Some people probably haven't even heard of it yet, but I believe it's owned by the same people who do Strike gambling, right?
Steak.
Yeah, stake, not strike. But yeah, stake gambling. And they're onboarding a ton of people. They just did a deal with XQC. That is we're going to talk about a little bit more, but very big price tag on that. And it's everyone's got their opinion about it, and I want to get your guys too. But first, let's talk about Fortnite and Nike, and basically brands, gaming, in the metaverse. So basically, Nike has partnered with EA, or excuse me, Fortnite, to drop their new collaboration here. They're going to be putting out what looks to be like an event in Fortnite's creative collaboration tools. And this little advert they put out there was a symbol about Unreal Engine next to their dot swoosh logo, which, like we mentioned, is their digital asset sort of brand and company sub company that they're putting out here. Um, I want to get your guys' opinions on what this might be and why Nike is choosing Fortnite to go with this. Because there's been a lot of collaborations like this, and I think Fortnite is positioning themselves well to be one of the better sort of metaverses to start, onboarding brands to do cool collaborations like this. So, Stash, let me start with you, man. I mean, why do you think Nike chose Fortnite to do this, to work on this with them? I mean, we talked about the collaboration tools that they just dropped with Unreal Engine 5 and everything they've been doing recently to put themselves in a position of a true metaverse. Do you think this is another step in the right direction?
I mean, I think that it makes sense that they went this direction. You know, in general, Nike is they understand their demographic, I think, really, really well. When it comes to the crazy like shoe collectors out there, they very much closely resemble crazy NFT collectors. Makes sense to me. And so they've, you know, with this new platform, their dot swoosh platform, they have a really good way to kind of combine those two together. And you have people who are like, oh my gosh, you know, I may not like NFTs or had any NFTs before this, but I love collecting shoes. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like a shoe drop at one of your local stores, something like that. Like there's lines around the block, people are waiting for
Hmm.
hours for these things. And I think they want to probably have they want to try and bring that same fever to their digital collections, and I think they see money. I think they see that there's a lot of potential there. And then we talk about all these brand crossovers they're seeing, just some of the best advertising out there. You know, people want. You know, I could definitely see people paying thousands of dollars for Nike NFTs that you can use in Fortnite, no problem. I mean, you know, and as we know right now, none of the NFTs, you know, there's no NFTs or tradable assets in
Hmm.
Fortnite. You get what you get, and that's it. You can't sell them. You can't do anything with them. So, you know, we don't have a lot of details on this. You know, there's like one commercial, one short little commercial. It's got about 500,000 views on it right now, but we will find out tomorrow. They're going to drop all the details tomorrow, and apparently it's going to be a you know they say it's going to be a collection journey, right? The biggest NFT, you know, they don't say NFT ever, but everything that they're saying in the branding, the commercial shows that that's where we're going with it. So I mean, this could be huge when we talk about mainstream adoption of NFTs. Anytime anything is in Fortnite, it's always top level, and you know we've seen collaborations with Star Wars and just recently Transformers in Fortnite. They do tons of collabs, and so what better way to really do this, right? What
Hmm.
better way to do this is you know, have this crazy big digital presence as big as they have in a physical presence. People want those Nikes in real life, and they want those Nikes to be able to put on their character in Fortnite too. So I think this is it's exactly what's going to happen. I think it's going to be an NFT hunt. I think you're going to have to do things within Fortnite to be able to like unlock these things. They're going to make it an actual like you know another level of gamification.
Hmm.
I really see that as being the case, and you unlock and you'll be able to get them in your character and play with them probably here in this season.
Every NFT collector in another life was a sneakerhead, right? You know, like
Yeah,
every single person who has an affinity for collecting NFTs before NFTs were like a thing, they were collecting sneakers or something like that, you know. And I think you're exactly right. What's probably going to happen is like there's going to be some kind of cool, and who knows if it's going to release tomorrow or they just have a bigger announcement about it tomorrow. We'll see, right? But
it says that it
hopefully will be
starts on the 30th.
the 20th, but yeah. Uh, so yeah, I mean, hopefully we see.
Oh,
So
20th.
hopefully
I'm
we see
sorry. Yeah,
some.
20th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully we see like an Unreal Fortnite creative Unreal Engine, Nike themed island where you can go and do like probably there's probably like a bunch of hidden Easter eggs and objectives you have to go in through to like be eligible to get a spot in line for this sneaker drop that's going to happen. And who knows what else is going to be tied into it. But Dub, let me ask you, man. I mean, what are your
Totally.
thoughts on this? Do you think we're going to continue to see major brands like Nike leverage for games like Fortnite in this example, but and games like Fortnite for releases and cool collaborations like this?
Yeah, I think it depends on like how much they're gonna allow it for. Because if you look at all the shoes that are out now and all the animations, you'll see two things. They're both unique shoes, but they also leave unique footprints in the ground as well. So like it leaves options for Fortnite. They could either go and support every single different type of shoe, which is it's a lot, and it's a cool statement, or they could even just have the Nike footprints left over in everyone who owns one of these shoes. They also teased the t-shirts, and I really wonder what's going to happen with these t-shirts. If there's something that if you buy it on Nike.com, you're able to use it in Fortnite, or if it's something you just can earn in the battle pass, but also buy the same thing. Is that also going to be on chain or not? They have multiple different offers that are going to launch tomorrow. So it's a real, maybe they're going to just do a digital mix and let people choose which one they want to do. Old school Fortnite offers for the old school Fortnite people, a Web 2.5 mix with the shirts, and full Web 3 play with the shoes is what I see happening.
Well, yeah, and you just gave me an interesting thought too. Like, I'm sure this will, it's only a matter of time before this happens. I'm sure it's already being discussed and innovated in Web3. But like, think about how cool that would be to, like, probably it's a regular thing that's going to happen in the future where you have your battle pass, because I doubt that model is going anywhere.
No, that's
With
not going
yeah,
anywhere, man.
I
They
doubt that's
they've
going
milked the
anywhere.
battle pass like dude, like nothing, man. You think about this, like how many people are trying to get to level 100 so they can unlock Optimus Prime this season? Like I almost want to jump in.
Or
I haven't played
paying
Fortnite
whatever,
in like
whatever
2 years
price
maybe or some shit,
costs.
man.
Yeah.
I played it when they didn't have collabs, and now all they got all the cool
Yeah,
stuff. I was
but
like, the Star Wars thing almost broke me, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
imagine you get all that stuff plus, like, say there's every battle pass, there's like five like real life items that you get the digital NFT as. I mean, say for this example, you don't necessarily, not to say it would have to be an NFT, it would be better to be an NFT. But say you get some kind of cool phygital as part of the battle pass. I mean, I'm sure that's going to become a normal thing. Like, we can only hope as gamers that that will become a normal thing.
Fingers
I think
crossed
everyone could get on
in the
the same.
future. Yeah.
Like, sign me up for that, right? Travis, let me ask you. I mean, like, do you think that this might be the first step of something bigger for Nike? Like, do you think they have a metaverse marketing plan laid out, or do they see the value of Fortnite and the metaverse and, like, digital assets and things like that? How do you see this playing out for them?
Yeah, well, what's interesting to me is, yeah, Nike is definitely taking quote unquote a risk going into the metaverse and stuff, just like Facebook did and some other companies. But I really think Fortnite has the track record of collabs. So like whether it's as big as they imagine it to be, or if it just does what other collabs do, I think Nike's winning. So I think it's a good first step to try to introduce it. Nike's a cool brand. Everybody loves Nike. If you're rocking Nike in Fortnite, it's cool at any year, any style or anything like that. So I think it's really cool. I also am wondering, like, how long have they planned this out for? It's not like last week they're like, hey, let's collab, let's design all this stuff and let's get this pushed out. This has definitely been in the works for months. And my almost question is, like, were we like somewhat still in a hype cycle when they were planning this, or was it after a hype cycle and they're like, no, we still want to do this? So that's kind of my question. I think how they execute and how it goes might be telling when we look back at it.
They were like, yeah. So Nike had this like in the chamber, and then it was like a year and a half ago, right? And then Celsius went under. They're like, all right, guys, wait. Like, let's put it off for another month. Things will calm down. Then BlockFi went bankrupt, and they're like, no, all right, guys, wait. Like, we'll put it off for another month. Then FTX went under, and now finally it's like, maybe no one's gone bankrupt
Nah, man, they
in
don't
Web
they don't
three.
care about none of that, dude. Like Nike is such a
Yeah, I
big
don't think
brand,
so
like
either.
none of that at all is even a
Yeah.
factor. When you
I
look
think
at
that's
this,
all
like
just noise there.
gamers in general have kind of a negative opinion of NFTs at this point. It would just say in general, like not everyone, all of them, but a lot of them do. And so, if Fortnite is going to do anything that has to do with NFTs, it's smart that they do it through a partner who no one can hate. Like, think about it, man. Nike can put out some NFTs, and like, no one's gonna be like, "I hate Nike. They're horrible. They're trash. I can't believe they did this. They're ruining the entire gaming space with these NFTs." Like, no one's gonna say that. Nike is gonna literally get a
Yeah.
pass. So if you're gonna do it with someone like Nike that's going to take all the heat, take the heat from you, and you don't have to worry about it. It's
Well, yeah,
great. It's
and
perfect. It's a beautiful plan.
This is true.
Nike's had, I mean, they have the Artifact collaboration too, which, I mean, didn't receive a ton of,
Mhm.
like a ton of hate
No,
either.
not
So,
collaboration. They bought
or
out. They own
yeah,
Artifact.
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh
yeah. I
yeah,
But
mean
they've
yeah,
been
that
yeah.
was
doing
huge.
that
I mean,
like
they was their
so
entry into Web
creatively.
three.
But yeah, no way salesman. What did were you about to say something? Sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut
Oh
you
no,
off.
no, no, absolutely, it's cool. I was just gonna say like Artifacts collab, like the way they've approached it and bringing that whole like concept to market, they've been so creative about it. Like going through athletes, bringing it in like a way that like resonates like in a cultural way with like the market, right? So I like they even tied it in with the whole hype for the next GTA, and they're like showing the innovative technology they're working on as far as trying to integrate like AR and like VR experiences with these games and like tie the in-game marketplace to the real world, whether or not it's like crypto related. Like they're still pushing for that innovation and like creating that like layer of experience. So they're doing it in a creative way. Like they're not doing it like the static way that we're all used to, that everybody is so like
Mhm.
skeptical about.
Well, I mean, Nike has a pretty good record of, doing innovative and cool things. I mean, I don't know if y'all
Yeah.
watched shoot, I can't think of the name, but the movie about
Air.
yeah, Air. That's that's the name of it. But yeah, I mean, great movie. But they have a history of going out of basically setting a trend in the industry of like, here's how we're doing things now, and like people basically hopping on board and being like, yep, all right, Nike, like Nike's doing it, we're doing it now too. So I can't wait to see what happens here tomorrow. I think I mean, Fortnite continues to be probably one of the most played games in the world. Nike also one of the top brands in the entire world. I'm sure this is going to gain some mass attention, and we can only hope. Well, as gamers, I think it's going to be a cool thing, but as Web3 gamers, we can only hope that eventually that there's some mention of NFTs and things like that, because that's what makes for a done properly a fairer you know what, Sash, you gonna say something?
I don't know that they need to even mention that they're NFTs. I think that, and I bet you they won't. Because if you look at like the way that they're kind of branding this and what they've kind of talked about, they don't say that they're NFTs. They say like virtual collectibles or some shit like that, right? But I think they could easily just say like, these these digital virtual items are redeemable on the from the Nike.Swoosh platform. Like I don't in general, like I don't think there's going to be NFT branding in there once again, and I think I
Mm.
think I'm okay with that. Like it's just it just needs to be that technology and work on that
Yeah.
kind of technology. It doesn't need to be like NFT,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean to say.
I
They're
mean,
they're
take
going the cultural route. They're saying digital wearables, and yeah, like they're trying to like just sneak under
Mhm.
that narrative there.
right.
Catch you off
Also,
guard.
take a look at the dot swoosh IDs themselves. They label them as soulbound, but SOLE
Mhm.
for spelling soul. It's like
Hey,
Yeah,
just little things like that, and it's everywhere.
yeah, the
Soulbound.
hints are there.
That's it's great play on words they got right there, man. And not only that, I mean, another in similar news along the same lines on this topic, it's interesting to see that Adidas is also doing a collab where they are specifically talking about, in contrast, using terms like NFTs and things like that with a sneaker drop they're doing with Ferocious, that's going to be coming up. And it's kind of interesting to see them take two different approaches here with that, where Adidas is really leaning into the Web3 crowd, whereas Nike here hasn't, like Staff is saying, hasn't mentioned. They're avoiding the topic, right? Um, so I honestly, it's like a perfect A/B test for two of like the biggest like brands out here, to see how they're gonna introduce digital collectibles to their audience, right? Um, but I don't know. I mean, I think it's interesting. Like, Stash, what do you think? Like, do you think Adidas? Who do you think has a better strategy here, uh, with the drops with these shoes, like Adidas or Nike going the under the radar with the NFT stuff?
I think Nike has probably done a better job with Web3 stuff in general, even though they're not like NFT, 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 than Adidas has. But so like I said, I don't feel like having to say NFT is really important. It just how is it cool? Does it work? Does it work cool? Does it work easy? Is it easy? Like those are the main things, and we really haven't seen obviously too much from the Nike.Swoosh platform. I think they've only put out one shoe, right? They put out like the one. It's like the The R Force One, I think, was the one shoe that they put out so far. I'm pretty sure, and like Adidas has done limited stuff too, but I probably got to give the edge to Nike, man. I think they did a great job acquiring Artifact. I think Adidas is kind of, they've done some stuff, but not anything that was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing, that's cool, that's different, and it
Mhm.
played right into
Right.
their fan base. So I don't know.
Mhm.
I think Adidas is letting Nike do all the user acquisition and basically focusing on being the premium offer and
Sure.
tailoring when those users come in. Because
Mm.
like, do you want to? I spent $20 on my Air Force Ones. That's what the mint cost was, and then I looked at the Ferocious one, and it's 0.25 ETH.
Yeah.
It's a clearly different clientele, but it's almost brilliant on Adidas' part because they're like, well, like either way, these sneakerheads are getting in here. Let's let Nike take all that cost and all that, and then we'll just funnel off the top.
Yeah, you guys do all the legwork, and then we'll just take all. Once you've transitioned people, right? We'll start
Soften
taking
them
them
up
from
for
you.
us, Nike. Boop, boop, boop,
Yeah.
boop, 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 boop,
And
boop.
then
And they're like,
Adidas will
oh,
come
feeling good
back,
now.
right? And make that offer. They did the same thing with baseball. And they make like the cheapest baseball cleats now that everyone's getting. And
Mhm.
it was the same play, the same like way they did it. It's brilliant on their part.
You'll be getting your Fortnite Metaverse baseball cleats in NFT form from Adidas here in 5 years, maybe. No, but let me. I mean, I think Nike and Adidas well, both have interesting strategies, and we'll probably well. First off, super excited to see what Nike and Fortnite drop tomorrow, and keep your eyes peeled for announcements on both of their social channels and the Fortnite creative, like the creative experience layout for new experiences from Nike that are going to be coming here before we even know it. And then, hopefully we're going to see this go over well. I think the Adidas one is going to go over well pretty too. But let's hop over to our next topic here, talking about the stellar deal that Kick just made with one of the popular streamers or content creators, XQC, literally rivaling some of the deals that like big athletes make. One of our one of our agents here in chat, the Zorro Gala, said Kick is taken over little by little. Yes, Kick worth it for now. Let's see a few years from now. And I think a lot of people are going to have similar opinions to that, particularly because of how they're like going about making a big splash right now, particularly with this deal that they made with XQC, being around $100 million deal to start streaming on Kick. It's not an exclusive deal. So he not only like gets to stream everywhere else still, with a little bit more focus on Kick. But there was also mention potentially of him getting equity in the company even, and a lot of people are even saying things like like how does Kick have so much money to be dropping on this? Like they're owned by Stake, and they probably got a lot of gambling money that they can move around and make it look interesting on the books between a bunch of different companies and things like that. But I want to hear your guys' opinions on what this means for Kick as a platform, and for content creators as kind of an industry, because I think there's been some turmoil recently, just in esports, in gameplay streaming, in just streaming in general, with the three biggest platforms kind of all being in a period of change here with YouTube, Twitch, and now Kick. Kind of entering the fold. Um, Travis, let me ask you first, man. I mean, what's your opinion on this? Are you surprised to see this massive deal coming from Kick, a very relatively new streaming platform here, with this content creator XQC?
Yeah, I think it's absolutely nuts. Like that's a crazy amount of money. I don't think we can really grasp how much money that is, and it's to stream like non-exclusively as well. Like that, it really almost doesn't make sense. And knowing that they come from stake.com and maybe they're a bunch of gamblers themselves, I think they're really just like double downing and going all in, and it's like boom or bust for Kick. But I do gotta say they do have the vibes. Like obviously, I follow them on Twitter, and some of their troll posts, or I saw them
You
have
have the
Twitch
vibe.
as like employee of the year, like all this stuff. That's what will pull people in. It's like, oh, I want to hang out with these guys. These guys are cool. So they're really, being the anti-Twitch and just saying, hey, all those rules that you have over there, all those, stiff people that are over there, we're cool, we're new, start with us, we'll support you. So like you said, they're going the right direction with like getting users. Like I even want to stream on Kick just to try it out. But like all honesty, I don't think they're quite ready. Like when I was scrolling through Kick and trying to find different channels, like something was missing. Something $100 million. It didn't feel like $100 million there to be given away. So I'm very interested to see how it goes. I mean, I want Kick to succeed. It almost feels like Snapchat coming in when we had like Instagram and Facebook. It was kind of like that rogue, okay, and side platform, and then it can become a thing, So yeah, no, I'm excited to see, but I do think it's a little wild what's happening right now.
Yeah, and Stash actually just dropped a poll in chat. So if you guys are in chat right now, make sure you guys vote on what you think is going to be the better platform here, between Kick and what was the other? Was it YouTube that you put as the other option, or was it all three? Twitch, YouTube, and Kick.
Yeah,
Uh,
it was all three.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
all
no,
three.
but yeah, Travis, I couldn't agree more, man. And it's funny that you mentioned like they have the vibes because not only do they have the vibes, like they're paying people more too. You know what I mean? Like they right now have the best, most lucrative revenue split for any content creator out there that wants to go. I mean, don't take my word for it. There might be other smaller ones out there that maybe give you more revenue, but nothing that has the same market share currently, competing with YouTube and Twitch, that Kick does. And I don't I am probably on the thought that that's not going to stay that way, and that they have elevated it for now just to bring people off of other platforms and onto their platform. No way sales. Let me ask you. I mean, why do you think Kick is spending so much, not only through like having a higher revenue split for the creators they bring on, above industry standard, but spending $100 million on acquiring, one of a ton of content creators out there.
Yeah, well, honestly, I think it's a good move. It's a strategic move to start off with. Like, I do agree with you guys in the fact that, like, going down the road, it's probably not going to stay like this forever. Maybe a couple of years, I don't know, maybe a few years max before they start cutting that, right? But I honestly think that, putting a high incentive there, they've enticed all of these creators, that were really, they had a huge audience, right? And, they're really popular. So, they're affecting the market in that way, and then it's just causing a buzz. And yeah, like you said, it's like this rogue application that's coming out and just capturing everyone's attention. And when you've got these big streamers signing, and it's these like outrageous numbers, just like comparing it to like athletics and professional sports, like it's going to get people's attention, and it's going to bring people to the platform. So I think they made a good move so far. It's a good start. Will they keep this momentum for a long period of time? That depends on what they continue to do for the community, and how they build out this platform. Like you said, it still looks kind of naked to me. Like it is missing something. It's not as great as it could be, but they're making a good start so far.
Mhm.
That's what I'll say. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Bro,
and
wait, you're literally saying that like the model for Kick is a rug pull. Bring him in with a good split, 95.5%, your way, and then later on down the line, rug everybody and be like, just kidding, guys. We
Technically,
gotta break. We got. I'm sorry, we're gonna take 20% now. Like,
technically,
guys,
it can
maybe.
happen.
don't you
I'm
know
not. I'm not
we
saying
have
it's not gonna happen.
overhead
I mean,
now?
that's just if that's a business model. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised that it would be coming from a parent company like Stake, who owns Kick.
That's the phase that Twitch is in, though, right now, isn't it?
I
I
mean,
mean, how many
that's the same thing
modifications
they
have they
did,
made?
right?
Like we'd hope that it's not like a complete rug pull, like when we think of like Web3 and like I don't know, the founder dies and Kick disappears. But like yeah, that's basically what we're thinking here. If that's the road they take, hopefully they do things to keep it interesting and sustainable
So yeah,
and
get
rewarding.
in,
Yeah.
get in while the getting's good, because it ain't gonna be, the grass ain't gonna stay that's this green for so long, most likely at least. But I would agree with you too that aside from the revenue split, right? Like hopefully it stays that way for as long as possible. But I'm sure most people have realistic expectations that it'll probably change at some point. and I don't think it would go any way better in the creator's favor if it does change, right? But aside from that, it does look a little bit barren. And like Dub, let me get your opinion on this aspect specifically. Like, particularly for us being in the gaming space, what do you think they could do that they're not doing, right? Like that Twitter and or excuse me, not Twitter, that YouTube and Twitch lack for features specifically to gamers that Kick could implement to maybe bring like focus on that niche specifically and bring in people specifically for that.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of taking Twitch's playbook and then going beyond, right? I mean, when you look at Twitch today, you can get exclusive skins in games. And that's pretty cool. You can get beta keys from your favorite streamer. Like that's the only offers that I see coming out of Twitch specifically for games and things like that. And where Kick can take it above and beyond depending on how crypto they go. But like, they can they can get actual like in-game mechanics going from like streamers or viewers affecting gameplay and like that kind of level, which is where Twitch, I think they wanted to and they've dabbled in it, but I haven't seen them fully succeed with a major title, right?
Hmm.
And like if maybe there is something from Fortnite and Nike coming around too, where it's like, if my fans are all repping Nikes too, we're all shiny Nike heads. I don't know. But like I think it's there is where Kick can really like push the needle if they have that play. Because honestly, I think they're just trying to take all the tooling of Twitch, make it as close to Twitch as it can be. So that way this funnel just keeps happening until they're replaced.
Well, yeah, and it would be absolutely amazing if they leaned more into like the Twitch API side of things, where you can build a game around like engaging the audience as part of like basically they can make actions that affect the gameplay even though they're not playing it through watching the stream. Um, and it would be so cool if they leaned into that more because there's definitely not enough of it on Twitch right now, and the what is there is like level one. You know what I mean? Like we could be at level 4 or 5 with like some cool games where people are like, I mean, a good example I think, and this is still even not a great example, but Supremacy in Web3 was really cool, where
Yep.
you used to be able to like you could have their token, you could have their token essentially, and put it down and affect different actions in the game, where it was like this Hunger Games style mech battle, and you could affect like different parts of the arena and different actions that were happening to affect the
R.I.P.
outcome of the
man.
battle.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Right. Well, like
Yeah.
take the Nike Fortnite example, right? Like imagine if with the Easter egg hunt, if my fans go and burn their Nike NFTs, it makes it that much easier for me to find the Easter egg or something like that. Like there's just so much that can be done with this decentralized ecosystem that's getting built that like we can kind of change the way games are played. And
Well,
The
you look
that's where
too
it can
like,
happen.
traditional media and just what we I mean, Twitch is not that much different than your traditional media outlet. I mean, it is online, it's streaming, it's live, which is great, but it hasn't, we haven't seen anything really push the boundaries of the connection of between the viewer and the content that they're watching. We've seen some things where it's like where, there's some like weird channel on cable or some shit where like you can actually interact with the cartoons using the remote. Have you guys seen? I was doing that like at
I
the
feel
airport
like
or some shit one day.
there's
It
like
was weird.
Family Guy jokes about. Well, didn't they used to do that like in the 60s and 70s, or not in the 60s and 70s, but like the 2000s, where you could text in. It was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, so we've seen like limited applications there, but we have not seen anything push that. And I think that that's really where I would love to see gaming and these streaming platforms kind of take it. You know, I don't, so I'm right there with you, Dub. I think that's kind of cool. I think that would be a really cool expansion.
well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, well, I think Dub is more on the money in the sense that like it seems like they're just basically, like following in Twitch's footsteps.
Well, it is a straight clone of Twitch. I mean, it's
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
Twitch. They literally cloned the entire Twitch platform, and then
it's
like,
it's
all right, now what do we do,
we'll
guys?
make it
Oh, just
green.
make it green instead of purple. Perfect.
Make it
It looks
green.
great.
It's like,
Well,
what's
and
a
just
complementary color? Green. Okay.
change the numbers a little bit and you have a little flavor too. Like I wonder if Twitch is gonna backpedal and be like, okay, we're going to be the safe place for everyone to be at. Like, we're kid friendly and this is what we do. Like, I mean, that's their new market segment that I think Kick's trying to force them into. And I mean, when you compare the other three platforms like YouTube, I never view YouTube and Twitch as like the same thing. And I always felt like Twitch had this monopoly over this. And like, it feels like someone finally was like, okay, let's throw enough money at this to just shake the waters and see what happens.
Yeah, and hopefully from the fallout of that happening, Dub, the game streamers will go from Twitch to YouTube primarily, and then Twitch will just be like normal ASMR videos, and then Kick will be like the like spicy
Gambling,
ASMR
hot
videos.
tubs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that maybe
Women
that's where
gambling
crypto
inside of
games
hot
land.
tubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all depends. They're definitely going for that like flavor or vibe, right, of the internet, and they seem to own it. I mean, the other thing is Stake did 4 billion in gross revenue last year, so I mean, they got a war chest. They can play around with it. Sure, they're being dumb with it if you ask a majority of the people, but
What better way to make your taxes look good than big startup costs? Also big all kinds of startup costs for this new
Yep.
Exactly.
company.
Yep.
So many startup costs. It's like we didn't even make a profit this year. I mean, guys, holy cow.
Yeah, we're
No,
giving all this money away to creators.
but yeah,
Oh
I
man.
mean, I'm sure there's many different incentives as to why they're dishing out the money that they are right now. Among all, let's hope that they do the right thing, right, and they actually build a better platform than what we have now with YouTube and Twitch. Um, and that they actually do implement some features that innovate and don't just basically follow in line with Twitch. I do think we will see them cut their revenue split at some point here. Hopefully it's not soon, but I would bet all kinds of money that that's coming down the road at some point. But that being said, I want to get into our last part of the show here today, our lightning round. Going along the same coin, I want to ask each of you guys what your favorite platform to watch gaming on is, between Twitch, Twitter, uh, not Twitter, Twitch, God damn it, Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. Or if you have another one in there, throw it in there. Theta, maybe. Who knows? Some people might be liking Theta out there. Um, but we're gonna go in order of Travis, no ACLs, Dub, and then Stash. So Travis, you're up first, man. What is in one quick sentence? What is your favorite place to watch gameplay streams and why?
Twitch, definitely Twitch. I mean, it's for me at this point. I still got to put my money on Twitch. It's where I like to scroll through. It's where I'd be quick to follow. I don't mind the notifications when people go live. I think yeah, the interface is still smooth, and I'll keep my eyes out on other ones, but I'll still give it to Twitch.
We got one for Twitch. We got one for Twitch. Travis is on Twitch's team. All right, no ACLs. You're up, man. What is your favorite place to watch gameplay streams and why?
Yeah, my favorite place has always been YouTube, man. I gotta give it to YouTube. It's just been like the discoverability and like everything like that. Like it's always just felt like home, honestly. Like YouTube was like the one that I went to first.
Mhm.
I like Twitch as well, but yeah, I'm just diehard YouTube, man.
All right, we're tied up, man. We got one for Twitch and one for YouTube. Dub, you're up next, man. What is your favorite place to watch gaming and why?
I'm gonna give it to my guys at Xenon, actually, dropping the new name in the
Ooh.
mix because they're building their platform with the Web3 ethos. And when I told them to change the tip amounts to being 69 and 420 by default, they went and did it. So that's why they get my
They
vote.
went and did it, baby. That's why. Honestly, I've never heard of them, but literally because of that, I got to go check them out now
Go check
because I
them
mean
out.
that's badass.
Yeah. I actually
Xenon.xyz.
looked at Xenon a week back. It looks good. It looks like YouTube, but with some Web3 elements. So yeah, it's pretty
Word.
cool.
And then
Good
Stash,
shout.
last but certainly not least, what is your favorite place to watch gameplay streams and why?
It's a hard one, man. I want to say YouTube.
I found
And
Stash on
okay,
YouTube.
YouTube is probably my favorite place to go, but I'm probably on Twitch watching more streamers there because there's just more streamers that I want to watch that are on Twitch exclusively to stream. mean, that's hopefully that will come to an end here with maybe Twitch saying, "Hey, you don't have to be exclusive."
Hopefully. Well, all right. We got a big fat 0 for Kick, baby. Kick coming in last place with big fat 0.
Hey, but you know what? We could give it some innovative ideas. I was just thinking as we were talking. You know, like I feel like Netflix and Disney Plus and all these other streaming, but show and movie streaming sites, they're kind of on a downhill. Perhaps if Kick can run some kind of deals to get some shows on there, and nobody ever really knows what they want to watch, then you're kind of like doom scrolling, looking for a show, and you're like, you know what? Let me watch somebody's live stream instead. Maybe
Mm.
they can have a good mix of shows, movies, and live streams. I don't know. Maybe they'll get my vote then.
They've got a
You
live
know
channel
that
that
It's a good
that's
just
what
idea.
Theta has done actually. So I mean,
yeah.
Oh
Adon
damn.
mentioned Theta, and as much as I like Theta and what they're doing, like I don't. That's not like the first place I turn to go see people stream, just because there's not the people. I don't watch a ton of streams, but if I'm going to watch, it's usually some of the big guys, right? Like if I'm watching streaming, it's Doctor Disrespect on YouTube, or I'm watching maybe a couple other streamers or specific games on Twitch. But Theta did do that where they have Lionsgate. They show movies like every week, and they
Right.
have a couple like Fail
Right.
Guys, a couple other like like shows that are not like not like live stream content creators, but they're actually like re-syndicated shows and things like anime shows too, which are pretty cool. So
Drew and Ryder says in chat, is Theta still a thing? Yes, it's still a thing, man. Come on. Of course.
it
But that
is.
we well,
It
I
just
mean,
hasn't picked up traction because they
yeah,
haven't
low
promoted
key.
or done anything. Yeah,
Yeah. Actually, we were talking about ThetaCon, right? Potential stash appearance at ThetaCon later this year too. Uh,
yeah.
but we'll
I
we'll
still
talk
support
about
what
that
they
later.
do. It's
Yeah.
and we're streaming. Actually, this one wasn't on Theta today, but in general, I'm almost always streaming on Theta every time I stream. So
Well,
trying
yeah,
to
and I
support the
mean,
decentralized platforms.
before I was even a part of the crew, that's where I used to watch you, man. And like we used to do all. I mean, I don't watch on Theta anymore because I'm here now, but um we used to do those, like you could do polls and like do all kinds of cool giveaways where like you can
Yeah,
participate and get free gifts and like game fuel stuff mailed to you and shit like that. It was awesome, man. um
yeah.
but
They've
no,
just
all
kind
right.
of fallen off a little bit here during the bear market.
Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully we see a resurgence from Theta here. I don't think they're going anywhere. I imagine we'll see them like, I mean, one could hope for in the next bull run here in like the next hopefully like 6 or 7 months, we see them make another big splash and come out with some new stuff that's going to get people interested in it again. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to give my vote to YouTube as well. I think I'd have to agree with no ACLs with YouTube being like really good for discoverability. And if I do find myself watching streams, I don't find myself watching streams of games so much, but like recorded. Like I used to watch all of the Yognot, like Lewis and Simon Minecraft stuff. If anyone knows what that is, but probably not. That was a little bit of a throwback.
Streams
Um,
versus recorded like VODs are definitely a different thing. Like YouTube all the way for
yeah.
VODs, and YouTube sucks for streaming discoverability. But man, I'm telling you guys right now, you think Kick is like making a splash? Wait until about 6 months from now, or maybe a little bit, maybe 10 months, when YouTube literally drops all the same features. And like a brand new revamped live streaming like interface for everything, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, Kick
Yeah,
who? Twitch who?" Because it's gonna happen, man. They already came with shorts. That was the priority, and
I
they're
think
gonna
it's
come
long
with live
overdue.
streaming because they know that's next. Especially with Kick, it's kind of pushing their hand a little bit too. It's gonna happen.
Mhm. YouTube, man, you can't it's Goliath still has a hand in the fight here with YouTube. I wouldn't count them out. But we are running out of time here, guys. If you're hanging with us still in the chat, I want to thank you guys for staying with us through the whole show. Um, Make sure you guys hop in the description below and check out all of our friends who hung out with us today here. Dub, Travis, No ACLs. Thank you guys for coming on the show, man. Stash, of course, too. Thank you for being here as well. It was a great show this Monday. I can't wait for another great one next week. So make sure you guys check us out next Monday for another episode of Around the Metaverse, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. But that's all we got tonight, folks. We out.